Hey YouTube, what's up? This is Ben from ShouldIGetIt.com. In this video I want to show you guys how I go through and pick images when I am editing car photos for a client. So this video is for all those automotive photographers out there. My Instagram username, so you guys know, is a car photographer. So I've gone through a lot of images that I shot of this CL63 wide body, and sometimes, almost every shoot actually, I shoot a lot of the same type of image and then I have to select between them. So you guys can see like photos 7 and 8 right here are pretty similar looking, and sometimes I'll shoot the same thing for different polarized shots, so that I can put them together in Photoshop. But sometimes I'll just refocus a little bit, either manually or change my focus point and take that shot, or change my exposure. So right now I want to show you a couple of quick tools that I use. So in some of these images you will see this little flag right here. That is the pick flag. And that way, when I'm basically done with the set, if I leave any other photos, I have the picked shots, which are the best ones. So then I can hit attribute and then flag, and I can just do the picks. So let's say I'm in the middle of a set, right, and I haven't edited everything, but I want to show the client kind of a preview of what I have. I can just select the picks, and these are the top photos. Now, once I'm in the picked images, usually they're edited. Some of them need an extra step in Photoshop. Like this image right here, I'm pretty happy with it, but I'm going to go into Photoshop later on and clean all this dirt on the ground. And so for that, I press the number 7 to color label the image. So 7 is yellow, 8 is green, 9 is blue, 6 is red, and it's totally up to you what you use the colors for. I just put yellow as it's kind of ready. I could send it, but I really want to give it that extra touch. So that to me means take it into Photoshop, finish it, and then when I save that file and it's done, I hit 8 for green, and that way I know that it's been edited in Photoshop and it's probably one of the best picked images, or it just needs a little bit of work and it's done. So how do I use the pick tool? So you can use P on your keyboard to mark the image as a pick. So if I hit P, you'll see flag is pick, and if I do U, that will remove the flag. So P is flag, U is unflag. Pretty simple right there. So let me show you an example between these two images. So I took these two images with a little bit of different composition. As you can see, this image right here has a little bit of the door line in it, a little bit more of that rear quarter window, and this one is a little bit brighter and has more space between the rear fender and the left side of the image. So I want to pick between these two. I think they both look pretty good. They have the client decal in there. They show the rim well, but I am having a hard time picking. So what I usually do is I hit both images. So just click on one and hold Command and click on the other one. And then we're going to hit the letter C on the keyboard in order to compare. Now the super useful thing about compare versus view multiple, which is done by the letter N, is that you can check focus. Real quick though, if you want to see multiple images of the same sort, let's say I have all these photos from the same spot and I want to see them all together, I can press N and it'll show them, and then I can kind of select using that. But I'll get to that in a different video. Anyways, I'm going to select these two images and press C on my keyboard for compare, and then I can zoom on one of the images and it'll zoom to the same spot of the frame on the other one. That way I can check focus on the images side by side and find out for certain which image I want to keep. So originally I like this image on the right more, has a little bit more space right here. I like the composition a little bit more, but when I zoom in, I found out that the logo on the rims, which is basically what I'm doing the shoot for, is pretty blurry. So I would not send this image to a client. So I can select that. You can see that it highlights in white, and I can press X to set as rejected. And now you can see this image is grayed out in my grid, and that means that when I hit Command Delete, it's going to say delete rejected master photos from disk, or just remove it from Lightroom, and I can hit delete from disk, and now I've cleared up some hard drive space, and I've also narrowed down how many photos I need to edit and my selection. Now I can go into this photo, go into my develop panel, do a little bit of editing. I'm not going to do a full edit right now, but anyways, from here on, I can do that and then flag it as a pick. So then when I go to attributes flagged, this image is now part of my final set. Hope that helps you guys. If you have any questions, leave them in a comment below. I know this was a little bit vague, but keep in mind when you're shooting cars, take a bunch of photos. Sometimes, especially when you're shooting at really shallow depths of field or you're shooting for a very particular focus point, it's better to shoot more. I'm not saying shoot a bunch of the same exact image because that's just a waste of hard drive space and time, but change your composition a little bit, change your focus points, your exposure settings, and really play around. Shooting digital is amazing. Not that I ever shot film, but we're so lucky to be able to take a bunch of different photos like I did right here. So you can see in one of these I got my finger on the polarizer, so I'm going to delete that. But yeah, you can take a bunch of different photos and then choose the best ones. And don't send a ton of images to your client. Make sure you shoot with your editing process in mind. So I know that I like to shoot really dark and boost things up. And you can see that right here. So this is super dark. And then I got rid of the sleeve. Did a good amount of editing there. All in Lightroom. But anyways, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Follow me on Instagram @carphotographer, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.